and welcome to a very special episode of the Patreon only Lexx Education. Ron, are you going to do you know when we first started doing Lexx Ed and you made Halloween music and Christmas music?
Yeah.
Can you make Gilmore Girls?
Why, when the Gilmore Girls music is already perfect?
But you could do a
all right, I'll do it, and I know exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay, I would love that. I think that should be how it goes now. We only put effort into Gilmore Me Slowly with this pod. Which is what you are listening to, beautiful listener. It's Gilmore Me Slowly with this pod.
Yeah. Just before we get into the fun new format, just to pull you up on, when we first started, you used to do this. Yeah, now it's done. Why?
Yeah, but when we did Christmas, the reason I say is when we did Christmas, you made 2 different Christmas ones.
Yeah. Did I?
Yeah.
What were they?
You did a Pogues one.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think did you do So This Is Podcast or something?
No, I did. You there, boy. What podcast is this?
I've lost that one, so we only use the Pogues one now.
I think that's the one I've got, I think.
Oh.
I thought, anyway. I don't know. I can't remember how the Pogues one goes.
It's a podcast. Like that. I know that bit. It's Lexx Education, babe. It's something like that. It's I just assumed you'd make new ones every year.
I used to do bespoke music for every single Patreon app.
Oh yeah. God, we just let things slide by the wayside, don't we?
Well, no, I don't think Stephen and the gang are signing in every week going, "Ooh, which song's gonna open this app?" We just narrowed it in on. Well, I think, and also we thought that this podcast was going to be a smash hit, and it'd be on fucking QI or something within the year. And then when it became apparent that's not happening, we got comfortable, and I think that's okay.
Yeah, we throw a lot of shit at the wall, and every now and again a nug sticks.
Chad Michael Murray sticks.
Chad Michael Murray is dangling off that pebble-dashed wall.
So, welcome everyone. It's Gilmore Me Softly with this pod, with Lorelai and Ron Ree. Maybe future appearances from the Megan Fly-In, Mrs. Tom, and Taylor Juicy.
Quite possibly, yeah.
The format that we're going for, listener, is Ron Ree, have watched the first 2 episodes of The Gilmore Girls. I will now recap them to Laura, and we're going to get into it.
Yes.
That's
I can vaguely remember episode 1, but I know we've got Patreon listeners who've never seen a minute of Gilmore Girls, so we have to remember not to jump the goose with the gander in this. We've got to get dizzy in the details.
Yeah.
So it's all set in New England, isn't it? Like a Stephen King classic.
It is. Well, it's set in the fictionalized town of Stars Hollow.
Beautiful.
Who really is one of the characters.
Yes.
In Connecticut, I think. It's all very old money, quirky countryside. The population of Stars Hollow is about 10,000. So, it's a small place. It
feels smaller, though.
Yeah.
There's not that many actors.
No. But they do all fill a room.
And it's a strange place for a person who really behaves like she wants to live in Greenwich Village to choose to live.
Oh, God. Well, we're getting... What did you say? We're mugging the goose with the gander or something already. But because I think one of the key things to pay attention to when you're watching Gilmore Girls is who's winning, Lorelai or Rory.
Oh.
Do you not think? Oh, that could be a fun thing that we do as we go through, is we chalk each episode up as a win for Rory or a win for Lorelai, and we see or Emily, and then we see who is the Gilmore girl.
Each other.
Pardon?
You see them as battling against each other.
No. More what I meant by that is that kind of one of them's fucking insufferable at a time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
sometimes both. Sometimes both.
So often both. So what I was gonna when I was putting the goose in the biscuit, is that because you sort of end the series Team Lorelai, you really forget in episode 1 how fucking terrible a mother she is.
Yeah, you're going to have to refresh my memory, because the thing with Gilmore Girls for me is let's overarch this goose and its gander. Gilmore Girls is
It's Ruth the Goose.
What is it, early noughties, late 90s? When did Gilmore Girls start?
I want to say 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
No,
so
it aired 2000. Yeah, Gilmore Girls isn't coming out post 9/11.
No. Yeah, so it airs in 2000, and it's very feminism of its time. Lorelai is our main character. She's an adult woman. What's she like? Mid-30s, early 30s?
She's 32.
A young mother. She's rude and unpleasant, but it's okay because that's feminism at the time.
Yeah, but yeah.
And she's got a young daughter called Rory.
Because, and I think this is nice writing, she named her daughter after herself, like a man might do.
Yeah.
So her daughter's also called Lorelai, but then they call her Rory, which is a boy's name, specifically a hairdresser's name.
But she had Rory when she was like 16.
Yeah, 16, 17. So Rory's 15 and she's 32. And oh my God, people always think we're sisters.
Yeah. And they live in Stars Hollow, the most beautiful town you've ever seen in fictional America.
Yeah, so hazard a guess, Laura, where the series starts location-wise?
Luke's Diner, I think.
Of course, it starts at Luke's Diner.
The diner looks out onto the square. Stars Hollow is all set around a square with a bandstand.
Yeah, and that's where, well, spoilers. So this show launches in, and it is so viciously itself from the fucking get-go. It opens with There She Goes by the Lars. A great 90s banger, but a song really about heroin and the horrible effect that it has on your life. And I just thought that was perfect for...
But let's discuss the discourse here. We know that one of the things that is fueling 2 out of 3 of the Gilmore Girls is coffee. Perhaps they have intentionally started with a song about heroin as a nod to the coffee that is chasing through their veins.
Well, Laura, I have it in my notes here because literally the first interaction is Lorelai arguing with Luke for more coffee because she's already had 5 that morning.
Yeah, and he's an enabler because he loves her because she's beautiful and looks like a young 15-year-old girl who is the sister of her own daughter.
Yeah. This show...
So Luke runs the diner. He's a grouch with a backwards baseball cap.
Yeah, he's a grinchedly grouch
Right from the get-go, you can tell that there's a spark between them.
Well, more on that in episode 2, because I thought it was more implied than it was said for quite a long time. But, like, in episode 2, Lorelai literally asks Rory, like, so what do you think of Luke? And then she's like, oh, you can't date Luke because we get coffee there. I didn't realize that it was so baked in from the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, because obviously the sexual tension's there because, you know, I'd let Luke wear me like one of his hats.
Only in the early series, though.
Yeah, and only in the hat. Jesus Christ. There's a couple of things that are baked into Lorelai and Rory's personalities that I think are supposed to be cool and funny and great, but come off so grating and awful that it makes me think I would absolutely despise Amy Sherman Palladino if I ever met her.
Oh, what a great name Amy Sherman Palladino is.
Yeah, it's exactly who you think would ride the Gilmore Girls.
If I ever had a horse with a pale mane and a chestnut body, I would call it Amy Sherman Palladino.
Because, yeah, there's the whole coffee thing, which I think
Yes.
was supposedly meant to be charming. And then, like, literally in the first, like, bit, They're talking so quickly. They mention Jack Kerouac and RuPaul in the same sentence. Like this really intense, overly stylized way of speaking that you just
There's also-
know Amy ASP is dropping references all the time.
Yeah, and I think, isn't another one of their big personality traits that they can eat junk food at an insanely high volume and remain skinny? Like, they're very pick-me characters.
A classic scene in Gilmore Girls, dear listener, would be like Luke walks in because he's just been fixing Lorelei's car because she hit a deer on the drive home because she was too hopped up on coffee or something. And then he's like, isn't that a lot of Chinese food for you ladies? And they're like, well, we couldn't pick, so we just ordered one of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that happens. Lorelei then gets hit on by a dude. She's like, nah, mate, I'm a mother. She then goes to get another coffee, I think. Comes back, the dude is hitting on
Maybe that's why
Rory.
they're so skinny, because they are shitting their pants constantly from the amount of black filter coffee that they're drinking.
Maybe, yeah. And they're probably like just shaking all the time. But
Like whippets.
it's a really big thing that they're hot. They're mum and they're a daughter and they're hot. I can't express how fucking hot these young ladies are.
And it's very hard to describe how
Unhot they both
life-changingly
are.
feminist this was at the time. So I was like 13, 14 when Gilmore Girls started. I don't remember if I watched it right then, but I definitely watched it as a 16, 17-year-old. And the fact that these, like, brazenly, the best feminism had to offer at the time were, their talking points were lots of coffee, hot, look young, can eat whatever they want and stay skinny. And that was groundbreaking, is kind
Because
of
it was
mad.
peppered with surface level references to men that wrote books.
Yeah. I suppose, and also, so the next plot, well, I don't know where this comes in the plot point. Let's continue.
Yeah, so they get hit on. That's just scene setting. We have to cut to the Independence Inn. No, it's the Dragonfly Inn at this point. No, it's the Independence Inn.
Yeah, the Independence
Inn
Inn.
is
Yeah,
the
this
first
is
one.
where Lorelei works.
This is where you meet.
Michelle?
Yes, one of the worst characters in fiction.
What do you mean? The sassy gay guy with the dogs?
Yeah, Michelle. He's awful, and
He's so rude to everybody.
he has the most laboured French accent of all time.
Is he not really French?
Maybe it still sucks.
Yeah, he's there. He hates his job. He hates everyone.
Yeah, there's also a harp player there. I don't know if you remember the harp player, Laura.
Oh, yeah.
So in early Gilmore, they really try and make the harp player happen. She's also a dick to everyone that's around. And it turns out it's because she, in the original pilot that was never aired, was cast as Suki St. James. But then because of contractual issues, she couldn't actually play that part in the series. So then they threw her a bunch of like consolidation roles, I guess, because she plays the harp player and she comes back as two other characters later on in the series.
What?
Yeah.
You can't just come back as a different character. That's
Do you remember
mad.
at one point, and it like there's like a woman that Emily knows who wears a turban and puts Rory in dresses?
Yes.
Same woman.
Wow.
Same actress.
I never clocked that those were the same person.
Yeah.
Because that character is baffling.
Yeah. Really weird. And it's because it's like, I'm sorry you didn't get to play Suki St. James. That has now launched Melissa McCarthy's career. So you're probably watching her in that spy film with Sandra Bullock thinking could have been me.
But no, Suki St. James is the one and only Melissa McCarthy.
Yes. Who is good.
She's joyous. She is joyous to watch.
Yeah, I think
She's like the saccharin to the bitter, dark, shit yourself drink of Lorelei. She's soft and sweet and thick really troublingly stupid, like setting herself on fire level of stupid, I think.
Oh, she is like. Hang on. We'll get to that in a second because we don't meet Suki here. We're on the. Obviously, we've got to meet the harp player and Michelle first.
Yeah, the harp player is important.
Rory then comes in because she sometimes works at the front desk of the inn. She's wearing a big jumper, and Lorelai's like, "No boys are ever going to see your tits if you're wearing that. Why are you wearing such a big jumper?" I'm going to spoil
You've only got 9 more months to pop out a baby to beat my record, kid.
Spoiler alert, Laura. Both of the first 2 episodes are wins for Rory. Then what happens? Yeah, we're at the inn. Then I think. Then we go to Stars Hollow. We're introduced to the best character of all of the series. It's Lane Kim.
Lane Kim. So this is Rory's classmate and neighbor. She's a first generation Korean American. Second generation. Yeah, her mum is a Korean immigrant. I don't think does she have a Mr. Kim?
I don't think Mr. Kim's around. Yeah, it's all Mrs. Kim.
Mrs. Kim. And Mrs. Kim is this. She runs an antique store from their home. I think it's the first floor of their home.
It's the first floor of their home. And it's
chaos. And Mrs. Kim is the strictest woman you'll ever meet.
Mrs. Kim is basically the woman with the massive backpack from Labyrinth, if that was a Korean lady.
Yes. She's very strict, and Lane Kim is always having to come up with shenanigans. She's the opposite of Lorelai she's meant to be, isn't she?
Yeah.
But it's not dealt with any grace. There's no sense of like, well, Lorelai comes from an incredibly privileged background and so has the space to be this lackadaisical and whoopsie, whereas Mrs. Kim presumably has moved for reasons and is like setting up in a country where she has no roots or starter.
She's also a maniacal Christian.
She's really Christian.
It's another bit where they try really hard to get like a bit going. You see Gilmore Girls welch on bits quite a lot because
like us.
Yeah,
they start making music for every episode and then they just
Well, it's just kind of like yeah, it's really like because they walk into Mrs. Kim's shop. It's the first floor of the house, and then you just hear this shout from the other side, and it's Mrs. Kim like, "I'm over here. I'm by the tables," and they're all surrounded by tables, and Rory's like, "Oh, there's tables everywhere." Yeah, and then they kind of find each other, and then a customer walks in later on, and then Mrs. Kim's like, "I'm over here, I'm by the chair," and you're like, it's not bad, but no one in this scene has the comedic chutzpah to actually pull this off.
Do you know what, though? Like, and listen, I've never got a sitcom off the ground, but I have had an awful lot of times where somebody has bought a sitcom from me, and then I've wasted 2 years of my life perfecting the pilot to have it turned down. And those couple of years where you are perfecting the pilot is just a series of different producers coming up with schemes for your show where you're like, I think humans watching this will just be happy to like get to know people. I don't know if we need all of these concepts. And they're like, no, you have to fill it with ideas. And you're like, what if they're just a person? Or what if they're a person and they're secretly snuggling banana skins under their titties? And you're like, oh God. And you layer and layer and layer and layer and hope that you can delete some of them once it's being made.
But here's the weird thing. Like, you know, the original pilot wasn't aired, so they had that chance to unlayer some stuff.
But Ron, imagine the layers that they did unlayer.
Yeah, that's true.
There could have been, maybe there was a Mr. Kim, and he was a balloon animal artist who got blown away in episode 1 because he had too many balloons.
When this goes massive, we'll start a new Patreon tier, and for those people, we'll watch the unaired pilot.
Well, how would we get hold of it?
I'm sure it's out there. But anyway,
so good at
Laura, we're like 25 minutes in. We got
It's only 19, Ron. We're fine.
Lane is also wearing a Woodstock 99 t-shirt. So
that's only a year ago, though.
Yeah, it's only a year ago, but that means she'd have been like
Woodstock 99 awful?
Yeah, it was famous for sexual assault.
Yeah.
Like, it's
There's no way Mrs. Kim would let her go to that.
Yeah. And I mean, like, she has to do a bit where she, like, hides that t-shirt from her mum and stuff. But it's like, yeah, like, you legit shouldn't, like, hiding your fucking Yola Tango CDs under the floorboards. That's cute. Going to a festival on your own, presumably, where loads of people got sexual assaulted, that's not okay. You are a minor.
But she didn't know it was going to be like that. She had to survive 3 days on a hardcourt with no accessible potable water.
Yeah.
I've watched that documentary. It looked bad.
Yeah.
There were fires.
Dean is creeping around. Dean, played by Jared Padalecki from Supernatural.
Yeah, so Dean is the first, and spoilers here, Dean is the first potential Island love
He
interest.
deflowers Rory.
Ron, that is such a big spoiler! Ron! He does it while he has a girlfriend.
A wife! This is...
Gotta keep him hooked.
It's all spoilers.
That's what a watch-along episode is. Anyway, he doesn't do it in this episode, though, while they're hiding in the chest from Mrs. Kim.
Yeah,
but at the moment, Rory just... Is he new in town?
He's
Rory
new
loves
in
him from
town.
afar?
He's new in town. He's creeping on
She's a
her.
book-smart wizard.
Yeah, because she loves books, and that's really horny for him.
Yeah.
We're
She's
back
different to all the other girls at the school.
We go to the high school for a bit. There's loads of 16-year-olds who actually look 30. Then we're introduced to Suki St. James. Now, I think Melissa McCarthy does a great job. I just think it's one of these moments in Gilmore Girls where you're just like, I can see what you're going for, but it's not coming off how you think, because she's supposed to be like, it's almost something in the direction of idiot savant, because she keeps smashing into everything at the like in the kitchen, and like she has to have two people following her around, like a Mr. Magoo sort of stopping her from like walking off a cliff and stuff. And it's just like this is not her being an amazing chef and like she risks her body for it. Like a good chef runs their kitchen like the fucking military. This makes her a really bad chef. Anyone can make food. Well, like, 100 people can like easily make food that can taste great. The difficult bit is doing that like repeatedly, and
I think,
you know what I mean?
though, this fades out, doesn't it, through the series? I think this is some pilot meddling.
But I think I mean it's at its worst right now. But yeah, I think it's one of the ones that stays around.
Yeah, she remains demented, as if she's just been smacked in the head with a frying pan before every scene. But I don't think like the two people following her around are always as in your face. It's because ASP, the horse that could, will have said, I want her to be a bit dappy. And then when getting it made, producer after producer will have gone, ramp it up, to the point where Suki St. James is like getting dressed with the help of a dog who's created robots to put her trousers on, Wallace and Gromit style.
All right. We're now to the nut of the nubbin of the entire thing.
Okay,
Because
what's
what
happening?
happens now? Rory gets accepted to Chilton.
What is Chilton?
Chilton is a very prestigious private school in the area. It's a bus away.
Me. It's a bus away.
It's a bus away.
It's just a bus away.
Rory
It's
makes
just a bus
two
away.
jokes
Yeah.
about Lorelai
You'd have
being
liked
a
that
slut.
one, Ron.
I've watched 2 episodes, Laura, don't forget. She makes 2 jokes about Lorelai being a slut while getting accepted into her dream school. Now,
Well, that's how all the cleverest children are conceived, through slutty sex. That everybody knows that. God looks at a one-night stand and says, this is sin, and it must create brilliance from this sin. Whereas if you have love and couple sex, they're just like, hey, make a normal one. That's how they keep the world in balance. Everybody knows that.
I'm sorry, I just wasn't listening. I was thinking about the next thing to say.
Oh, well, I guess chat in Discord then, guys, because only half the podcast is functioning right now.
The next scene, Laura, we cut to Suki and Lorelai on the porch of Lorelai's house. And this is why this is point Rory in this episode, because Lorelai super supportive, and like, you know, Rory's done all of these exams and stuff to get into this school, and she really wants to help her be there. Lorelai has not checked how much this school will cost. She just hasn't looked. It's
but
not
she's like dangled it for Rory as a thing she could do.
Yeah, and it's not like there's no moment where Lorelai's like, oh, the zeros are there or something, or like, I thought that was per year, that's per month. No, it's just, oh, this costs money, which is fucking ludicrous.
But she has grown up mega rich. Like, her parents are millionaires. They're definite Republican country club debutante people. That, I think, is very telling of her attitude to life. Like, something will fix it. And she likes to give off this air of being like, I run my own life. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. But actually, she's just marinated in white privilege and rich privilege.
Yeah, I mean, privilege is one of the biggest themes of the Gilmore Girls, if not the biggest. And it gives such weird politics about it, because you have Lorelai, who is built up to be the character that rejected it all, and like her story is really cool, where she gets pregnant at 16, 17, and then doesn't want to live under her parents' boot, and like for the father of the baby to just start working at the insurance firm or whatever it is that the grandfather does and stuff, and she goes and she builds her own life. She starts from the bottom, works her way up. Arguably, Rory, as the daughter in that situation, has a pretty sweet life. Even by 32, Lorelai's done amazingly.
Yeah.
That is like half the politics. But then you have the other character, Rory, who then, like, her entire arc is then just, like, her running back into privilege. She doesn't learn from her mother for a fucking second anything about earning something for yourself.
But is that not an angle that being a kid goes in? You do a certain amount of running in the opposite direction from your parents.
Yeah, but that happens, but this is a show, and like why would
No,
ASP
Ron.
choose to write it like that?
It's bigger than a show. It's a commentary on intergenerational relationships and how wealth and education are inexplicably linked in the USA, and that if you want to access the highest echelons of education, as Rory does, she's a book girl, then you also have to accept the biggest sort of money. Like, American schooling, I think is... I mean, I know like private schools are pretty different over here, but like it always feels like American schooling is so influenced by the rich families that live near the schools.
Oh, for sure. But like, I'm not even just talking about like going to the school, because, you know, like if someone's getting offered like a better education, I think that's a place where you can call in that card and say, yep, I'm going to opt into this privilege. Why? Yeah, like, get yourself that education. Why not? It's more like that she jumps through hoops to go to the debutante ball and all of this,
We're not
and
there
loves.
yet, though, Ron.
No, but we're talking about
the foie gras
themes.
down the goose's neck before she's even kissed the gander on the eyebrows.
Right. Okay. Lorelai's off to the grandparents. Oh, there's also in this scene with Suki, Lorelai's like, "There's no way I can ever do this. I'm gonna have to tell Rory that she can't go." And then Suki has to really like talk her into going to the parents, and is like, "Just fucking suck it up, Lorelai. Like, you've made this bed. Now go get your grandparents to sleep in it." Yeah, she's off to see the grandparents. The Jeep is there.
These are her parents.
Her parents, yeah.
Yeah.
Another affectation, the Jeep. One of maybe the ugliest car I've ever seen. Emily Gilmore, Lorelai's mother, Rory's grandmother. Just the best character, apart from maybe Lane Kim.
She's done really, really well. She's a waspy, Republican, rich housewife who doesn't work.
Never has.
She's the American Hyacinth Bouquet, isn't she? She is all about appearance and firing different maids that may or may not speak English to her standard. And she is etiquette above all else.
Yeah, one of the jokes for the first couple of seasons, I think, is that there's like a different maid every episode because the last one's been fired. and Emily doesn't learn what language they speak.
Yeah, that's a cute, fun joke.
That's funny. That's really funny and feminist.
And Richard, again, it's where the feminism sort of falls apart, Richard, a bit, because Richard, I think later on, and I'm not going to pluck the goose to tickle the gander, but he later on becomes a bit more authoritarian. But I think in these early ones, he's this sort of benign, bumbling, oh, I don't even know what's going on. Emily does that. But he is, he's sort of painted out as being this like less authoritarian patriarchal man.
He's played by the dad from Richie Rich.
Which makes it hard to not love him.
Yeah, because he is great. But essentially, Lorelai goes there, cap in hand, asking for tuition money for Rory to go to Chiltern. The deal is, and this is the whole premise for the early series of the show, Emily and Richard will pay for Rory's school if Lorelai and Rory go for dinner every single Friday night without fail.
So you might have seen the spin-off series with Tom Rosenthal and Tamsin Gregg that they did in the UK, Friday Night Dinners. That is based off this.
Yeah, it's a sort of dramatic pastiche of this.
Well, is that where the first episode ends? Is it? Did she
No,
say
there's
no
more.
originally?
There is more. That's why we need to speed up.
Long.
Because I think part of this that we haven't is that Lorelai is basically estranged, functionally estranged from her parents. I think they make a lot of jokes. Is like Emily will be like, "Richard, Lorelai's here," and then Richard comes in. He's like, "Oh, I didn't realize it was Easter." Like they go for religious holidays. Kind of thing. They are terrible to Lorelai. Like, that's something that it does really well, is that you can see why everyone fucking despises each other. But they don't see each other very much, which is why this Friday night dinner thing is part of it. But it's another one where it's just like, if anyone just compromised a bit, like, the whole thing would be a bit better. Because, like, a simple upgrade that I always thought when hearing about this is because Lorelai's like, oh, every single Friday night, that's when we eat Chinese food and read Cosmo or something. It's just like, how about Tuesday? How about Tuesday, Emily? Can we do Tuesday? That's so much less of an imposition.
I think this is the point, though, isn't it? That Emily and Richard, in this family nugget, are patient zero of no compromise. And they've probably come from generations of no compromise, because you don't become MAGA billionaires without being from no compromised psychopathy. But they are so, no, you will do it my way or the highway, that's why Lorelai is so ferociously, irritatingly up her own arse the other way.
Yeah. I agree. I think
they're not capable of compromise. And that, I think, sort of sows the seeds for Rory to be the disappointing capitalist that she becomes, because she's grows up trying to be a peacemaker.
Honestly, if she'd actually ended up being a disappointing capitalist, that would have been a good ending to the show. But fucking hell, what actually happens at the end?
Let's not go into the seasons, Ron. I refuse to acknowledge them.
We will be watching them.
They are the parents that I won't be visiting every Friday night for dinner. Not even on a Tuesday.
We then, Dean and Rory meet. They are wearing Wellington boots. And they're sloshing through their own froth for each other, because they are so horny for each other immediately.
But Rory's a very shy, quiet teen.
Alexis Bledel is a haunted China doll.
Yeah, there's a lot of shots of her just sort of nervously pausing by a thing and staring wide-eyed at things going on.
Yeah. We then cut to the first Friday night dinner. Emily and Richard are just digging into Lorelai. She goes and does some frustration washing up, which I really get. That's kind of my reaction to stress as well. It's a hard watch, but I think this is where I was like, oh, this show's great, because the script and the acting and everything in that Friday night dinner scene I think is phenomenal. It's all of the frilly New England bullshit that is like, and obviously it's a big part of it, but it's like, oh, this is the emotional core of the show, and this is why it's loved. These are the sort of the quirks that people kind of put up with and have learnt to love, almost like the Star Wars prequels.
But where else would you set it, Ron?
Oh, you can set it there, but just don't have fucking Taylor, Doozy, and Kirk hanging around. Those guys fucking suck.
Kirk's amazing and has genuinely one of the weirdest torsos on planet Earth. He has the strangest chest and stomach.
So they have the Friday night dinner.
Shower with a towel wrapped around his waist, and I've got a screenshot of it somewhere on my phone because his stomach looks like a little goblin face looking at you. It's wild.
They have their Friday night dinner. It's a big argument, but that's the show. Then I think the joke is that the portions at a posh person's house are so small they go to Luke's diner on the way back and have chili cheese fries. Luke is not wearing the hat. It's bad.
Chili cheese fries and black coffee.
Yeah. I've got in my notes here so much exposition. These are not real problems, but I can't remember exactly what that's about. But that basically sums up the episode. I have some quotes from Judith, Taylor Juicy, who was watching this episode with me. Everything in the show is so embarrassing.
That's not.
That really sucked. It's crazy how unlikable every character is. It's a hard watch, isn't it? I didn't ask her for quotes. Those are just things she said while we were watching.
That girl is never wrong about anything.
Okay.
And that's it. That's episode 1. You're in now.
That's episode 1, yeah. Episode 2, Rory's first day at Chilton.
Uh-oh, she's left the school she knows and loves. Just as Dean arrived there to be her sexy love interest, she's leaving. They're the Romeo and Juliet of 2000s New England America.
I guess first, closing thoughts on the pilot. It is a great pilot in the sense that I think it sets up all of the main characters very well. They're all, like I said, viciously themselves all of the time. It is a hard watch from the get-go. It's really real tough, like chew and swallow of a show. But I was glad to be back watching it,
It's an abusive show.
Yeah.
Because you are not happy when you're watching it, but you're also just comforted that it's back.
Yeah. I think this is something that I realized while watching it as well, is I think part of the I think this we've got an interesting format here with like trading off who's watching it, because I think one of the is the pacing whiplash in Gilmore Girls. Like the first episode, the entire premise of the show is set up. Obviously, it's the pilot. The second episode is one day. It is Rory's first day, and it is glacial in how like anything is happening. And there's like 20 episodes per season, so it ebbs and flows with the pacing so much.
So she's going to a posh school. It's private school. She's no longer going to be the smartest girl in bumptious backwater primary school. She's now at Chilton.
Yeah. So the scene opens. It's the night before the first day at Chilton. Lorelai is painting Rory's toenails, and they're having a bit of a joke because Lorelai's like, oh, there's going to be mean girls there, and mean girls always have their toenails painted, so you've got to have yours so you can stand up to them.
Jeez
and then
Louise.
Yeah, but then Rory's like, but I'm going to be wearing shoes and stuff, and there's a bit of back and forth, and it's the first time them or their relationship is likable in the show. It was a cute moment. Rory then has to run off. And then the next fucking scene, after get your ass on the road.
Whoa.
Been lonely and so cold. Is Lorelai oversleeps and is late to drive Rory to her first day.
Does Rory oversleep too?
No. Why didn't Rory wake her up? Like, yeah, genuinely, like, Rory comes in and she's in, like, full school gear and she's got her back and stuff. She's like, Mom, it's 7:10. Why aren't we on our way? And it's just like, yeah, she's obviously overslept and that sucks, but why were you just waiting outside like a fucking gotcha journalist? And then Lorelai gets up and she's like, "Oh, I had this whole plan. I was gonna go get us coffee and eggs or something for a nice breakfast on your first day."
And the eggs are to bind them because of all the caffeine raging through their chili dog systems.
And then she's like, "And then I was gonna go to the dry cleaner." The dry cleaner. And it's because all of her clothes are at the dry cleaners.
All of them.
Yeah, wash your own fucking clothes, Lorelai. And also, why have you given them all in one big batch? So she has to go to Rory's first day at Chilton in basically a denim sort of mini skirt and Uggs.
Why is that the only things that she has?
Only thing she's got, Laura.
Wow.
Yeah. And, do you want to know the fucking stupidest part of all of it? It's 7:10 when Rory's like, it's way too late. We have to fucking get a move on. Do you know what time she set her alarm for that she slept through?
What time?
7:15. That is 25 minutes, Lorelai.
Get to the dry cleaners and back and get eggs and coffee?
Yeah.
Well, I guess Stars Hollow is a small town. What they're doing there, Ron, is they're painting how efficient it is to live in not a 15-minute city, but a 2-minute town.
But I think it's just, but you got to drive everywhere. You need a fucking Jeep to get around. I just think it's...
the dry cleaners is probably on the square opposite Gypsy's garage and Jobby's dance hut.
I forgot about Gypsy. She hasn't been introduced yet.
Okay.
We do get Miss Patty and Bernadette later
Patty,
on. I love Miss Patty and Bernadette.
Yeah, they're quite fun.
So then they go to the school. Lorelai gets hit on by a dude that was in stuff at the time. You kind of recognize he's got a face like a screwed up ball of paper. But you recognize him. And I was just thinking about it. And it's it's one of those things with the feminism of this show where you're like, I don't want to be thinking about this, but I am because it's always shoved down my throat. And I'm like, was Lorelai like a babe of the day? Were people thirsting over Lorelai?
I don't remember. I don't know. I mean, she's not attractive. But I think isn't a lot of it, it's like her confidence to be herself. That's what people get thirsty about.
I guess. But yeah, so she's wearing a long coat trying to cover up her terrible outfit. She has to meet the principal. Emily's there. Now, this is a real overstep from Emily. It's fine. No, it's bad. Then it's one of those awkward moments that happens in TV that doesn't happen in real life where the principal's like, hey, you can put your coat over there, and Lorelai's like, oh, no thanks, and then everyone goes, you have to take off your coat. Take off your coat. Take off your coat. Whereas if it was real life, everyone would have just gone, yeah, okay. Keep your coat. That's absolutely
Maybe
fine.
that's what it's like at fancy schools, Ron. We don't know.
I think that's the implication, because I think Emily at that point goes like, you don't upset him, take off your coat. Bush people can't handle outerwear, but she does, and then the outfit's bad. But it's just not that bad. And Lorelai's in there for 5 seconds as well. I don't know why it was such a thing that she had to go in and meet him. Then Rory starts her day at Chilton.
Here we go. Is this the introduction of Paris?
Yeah, so they have their first class, and then Rory has to go to induction in the office, and there's a kid working in the office for some reason, and then Rory has a file that's given from the receptionist to this kid who's genuinely just working at a desk, and the kid hands the file out a window to Paris and her two cronies who are all hanging out in a bush waiting to read this file.
I forgot this spot.
The only thing I've got in my notes for that bit is, why would they do this? I don't understand at all.
Well, so Paris is a character who gets introduced here, and she's she's not a traditional top dog mean girl, because she's not like sexy
She's
too
anxious
cool.
and weird.
She's like the wannabe headmistress of the school kind of top dog.
Yeah.
She's very worried about academia and the school. It's that kind of power play.
Yeah, she's not a Regina George.
No.
Cat Paris, I think, is one of the good characters. I like Paris.
Yeah, she's interesting because if you've got to put some I don't know why you've got to put some, what is it, like butting heads into it.
There has to
And
be
it
some
is-
conflict.
Yeah, that's it. Conflict. That's the word. And it is fun that it's neurotic work crazy rather than like, hey, let's go smoke down at the quad.
Yeah, and kind of an interesting antithesis to Rory as well, because like with Rory, there's this sort of like, hang on, I don't know if I'm using this word right. Yeah, there's a sort of like demure kind of smartness where she's like, "Oh, I'm reading Pride and Prejudice under a willow tree."
Yes.
And then Paris is more like Ritalin, exams.
Yeah.
But then they end up like converging.
Yeah, she's injecting Tolstoy into her veins.
Yeah. Then yeah,
She's the daughter Mrs. Kim always wanted.
in a lot of ways, yeah. Although Jewish, so I don't think Mrs. Kim's that on board.
No, she's sort of like modern Christian, isn't she?
Yeah.
Evangelist type.
Yeah, that's kind of her first day is a bit weak. Lorelai then goes back to Stars Hollow. She is desperate for coffee.
Is CMM introduced at the beginning of Chilton?
We'll get to that.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know why I thought you wouldn't have mentioned it if it happened.
It's in block caps in my notes. It's coming up. Lorelai goes to Luke's diner and she's like, basically trying to give him a Blozza for a coffee because she's so tired. And he's all like, don't you know that you're... She's like, and then Luke's like, don't you know that coffee's gonna lead you into an early grave? It's like, mate, you run a fucking cafe. Like,
Yeah, you're the dealer.
yeah. What's like, yeah, she should drink less, but like, you could not sell it to her as well.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
don't know.
Put some water on the tables. A carafe of water, Luke.
She walks past Miss Patty. Love a bit of Miss Patty. Miss Patty runs a dance studio, and she's this kind of sort of flamboyant, slightly older lady. She's always stood in the doorway smoking at her dance studio, so there's a lot of scenes of people just walking past her and shouting at her. And she is kind of the town gossip because the dance hall is on the square, so she sees everything that's going on. Great character.
Yeah.
Comes back in the seasons, post-Ozempic, looks like a skeleton in a beanbag.
I didn't even recognize her in the seasons. It's really terrifying.
It's really shocking. Why isn't Lorelai at work? Good question, Ron. Couldn't work that out.
Well, she presumably works sort of shift hours working at an inn.
I don't know. She's a manager.
Still probably has to do a few evenings here and there, doesn't she? Probably works a few weekends, so has weekdays off sometimes.
Probably a bad manager.
Maybe
then.
took the
If I
day
was
off
the manager,
to go in and have the Chilton meeting.
yeah, that's probably it. Then Emily rings and wants to buy Rory some stuff for school. She's like, Rory needs a new coat. What size is she? Lorelai's like, she's got a coat. She's like, she a size 6? She's like, only if you wanted to grow out of it really soon.
Coats are a big thing in Chilton.
They really are.
She'll only have to take it off as soon as she walks into any room.
I just think it's like, it's one of those things where like, I understand that you want to be doing stuff on your own and not like, taking all of these handouts from your parents. But it's just like, why not take the rich people's money and then donate
Because
your money to something else or something like.
every time she accepts the money, she's more beholden.
Yeah.
It'll get thrown back at her. She knows this. There's no such thing as a free goose from these ganders.
Anyway, there's that scene. We go back to Chilton. And who should walk into the room but
Bum.
Murray Michael Chad himself.
Dum, dum, dum. Frothing at the lips for CMM, the most gorgeous boy that ever lived when everybody was 13.
He clocks Rory as he swaggers into the room. He goes and sits at the back because of course he does. And then he's like leaning forward to one of his dudes and he's like, "Hey, who's that?" And he's like, "I don't know." And then
Wait for the register. We can all find out together.
Chad Michael Murray's like, "Whoa!" I'm from the back, basically.
Top totty.
We then go from witnessing one of the hunks of today to just an unfuckable vegetable of Jackson.
Oh, Jackson. So Jackson, are they married at this point?
No, they're not even dating at this point.
Oh, Jackson
I
is a traveling vegetable seller?
Hang on, the cat needs to come back in now.
Oh, your cat's a pain.
You're a problem.
Jackson is a sort of traveling vegetable seller.
Well, he's a sort of wizard horticulturalist.
Turns up at the inn with vegetable offerings.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got a small holding or something nearby, and he's like one of these organic fruit growers. And like, it's another one of these things that they don't quite get to stick. Whereas, like, I don't think it was mentioned in this episode, but it's more like he'll be like, "Oh yeah, this is an aubergine crossed with a courgette. It's extra plump and juicy," and like. It's not how fruit works. It's not how business works. And they drop it quite soon, I think.
But it does in Stars Hollow.
Magical Stars Hollow. The crumple-faced man from Rory's school is back, and he wants to date
Lorelai's leg
even harder than before.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm off to China on a business trip," and she's like, "Oh, China, wow." The harp player is there again. They're really trying to again make the harp player a thing, saying sorry you didn't get Suki. And Lorelai is like on the phone to Rory. I think it's Rory or maybe Emily.
Max Medina, that's his name.
No, that's not Max Medina.
Oh, is it not?
Max Medina. Spoilers.
Sorry.
I'll find the crumple-faced man. Hang on.
The crumple-faced man. What's he called?
Ian.
Ian Gilmore Girls.
He's the sort of guy that would be in one episode of Friends.
Oh, yeah. No, he looks like a bad guy from Buffy.
He looks like a crumpled brown paper bag.
He does. Yeah.
Anywho, yeah.
His surname is Chinland.
Scans.
Like, that was like a spoof if you were, like, making a place where people had big chins.
Good one.
I really need a wee, and my focus is going on being hilarious.
We're almost done. Lorelai is on the phone to, I can't remember who, in the lobby of her workplace.
The Independence Inn,
shouting at the harp player, asking her to harp quieter because she's making a personal call at work. Just like, Lorelai, take it somewhere else.
oh, that's not right.
Yeah, then Luke is upset that her dude asked out Lorelai. Like I said, I was really surprised that starts so early. Kirk is introduced this episode. And I do think this is a good bit. Kirk has a different job basically every single episode, and it's quite funny.
Yeah, there's a bit where he starts to run a cinema, isn't there?
Yeah, and he gets a weird girlfriend. In this episode, he has been hired by Emily Gilmore to install high-speed internet at Lorelai and Rory's house.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's a bit weird because he obviously becomes like a big character, well, one of the bigger background characters, but Lorelai doesn't know him at this point. She's not like, Kirk, what are you doing at my house? She's like, who are you and why are you at my house?
Yeah, and he's just a jobsy guy.
Yeah, he's now a big part of the Marvel universe.
Yeah, doesn't his brother direct them or something?
Oh, maybe.
I think he's in some of them. He's in the ones with the mouse bear and the
mouse bear in the bush, yeah.
yeah, and he's in those ones. And I think his brother, Sean Gunn.
He's Sean Gunn.
He's Sean Gunn.
James Gunn, I think, is.
James Gunn directed Batman?
Maybe. Anyway, we simply don't have time.
No.
CMM gets Rory's name wrong, and this is the lamest thing that happens. CMM calls her Mary. She waits till he's out the room and then goes, the name's Rory. Which it made me cringe so much.
That's a very Rory behaviour, though.
Yeah.
She's not going to do it to your face.
But, like, you know, she does that thing that kids do where she kind of looks down but looks up with her eyes and then goes, the name's Rory. But Lorelai then picks her up from school. They get a coffee. Lorelai informs her that they're basically calling her a prude by calling her Mary. It's not that they were getting her name wrong.
Oh, it's very similar to the name Rory, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know, it's good. ASP can write some things, okay.
Yeah. That damned horse.
Yeah. And then the last thing in my notes is just la 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 la, which is going on in the background of like 40% of Gilmore Girls, and it drives you insane. Do you not remember that?
It's been a long time since I've watched Gilmore Girls, and I think you just block stuff like that out, don't you?
So the scene transition for a lot of scenes, and I think why it's in my notes here is because at the end of the second episode that I watched, that's how it like fades to black over la 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 la. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately I don't have Judith quotes for episode 2. But my overall thoughts of episode 2 are, the pacing whiplash compared to the first episode is insane. But I think it benefits from being a bit slower.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to chalk this up, Ron, to pilotitis, where you're forced to cram and change and tweak and up everything to glorious Technicolor. And this is Gilmore Girls settling into its natural autumn come winter garb.
Yeah. So episode 1, we're chalking that up as a Rory win. Episode 2
I don't know, Ron.
is also a Rory win.
I think it's a Lorelai win.
Which one?
Episode 1.
Why?
She swallows her own pride and does the right thing as a mother. By the end of the episode, she's miserable and she's been very wrong, but ultimately she's got her kid what her kid needed at the expense of herself.
Let's base that. Rory has gotten into Chilton.
Yep.
That's a big thing for Rory. She's also pulled the hottest new boy at school.
Yep. Yeah, and those are great things.
And she gets lovely dinners at her grandparents' house.
But that's not her getting that.
She got into the school and she got the boy.
Well, then I don't understand how episode 2's not a win for Lorelai, because she's got the hottest dad at the new school.
Crumpleface is not the hottest. But she turns down Crumpleface. Rory was willing to risk it all for Dean, and she does.
I think episode 1 is a win. I think Lorelai does more.
Okay, there are no draws in Gilmore Me Softly, so I'm willing to concede episode 1 is a Lorelai win. Okay, I also want to say Emily can win episodes 2, but I don't think she does either of these.
I don't think Rory can win when her biggest moment is muttering, "The name's Rory." Maybe Paris wins. She's
episode 2. Episode 2.
Mafioso.
Episode 2. I concede Rory didn't really win. More Lorelai lost. But
can we do wins and losses then if there are no winners in Gilmore Girls?
No. It's just Rory wins by default.
Okay. All right,
Because
I'll
she
give you
had
that
her
one.
first date at her school.
That's it. She's a passenger in her own life.
But why would Lorelai win that episode?
Well, I'm not saying she does, Ron. I'm just saying Lorelai should lose the episode, not Rory winning it.
No, but Lorelai losing is... I mean, Emily doesn't win because
Ron,
she's
we can't do feminism at an Amy Sherman Palladino level, okay? It has to be okay that it's not the women pitted against each other. Sometimes we've all lost.
No, because by the end of it, and this is the arc that we're going on, we'll be able to say who wins.
Yeah, so at the end of episode 2, there are no wins for anybody because Lorelai has won one and lost one, and Rory has been absent.
Well, we're debating over real semantics here because Lorelai losing is the same as Rory winning.
No. Well, maybe.
Yes.
But if Lorelai... Can we put a pause on this and we'll put it to the Discord once they've listened to this?
I'm putting
Listeners can let
slash
us know.
Lorelai loses.
Yeah. And we will find out from them what they want the scoring capacity to be.
Oh, but they're probably going to be like, oh, we don't care whether someone wins or loses. We just enjoy your content.
No, here's what we're going to say to you listeners. You are a collection of some of the nicest people on planet Earth, all right? And nothing makes us prouder than having that listenership. However, you need to be...
You need to knuckle up.
You need to be year 2000 level savage with this, all right? There's no 2026 loving of everybody's thoughts and feelings. We have to get brutal. The year is 2000. Girls Aloud are the biggest thing you've ever heard. Maybe. I don't even know if they exist yet. We've just had the year 2000. You've got to knuckle up.
Yeah, let us know whether someone has to win every episode or if losses are appropriate.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Ron, for doing that integral work.
No worries. So you're watching episodes 3 and 4.
Yes, unless we do some Australia episodes. I would like to do some Australia episodes.
Oh, I think we should get this off the ground.
Yeah, okay. Where can I find
Netflix.
Netflix? Okay, you're going to have to give me permission to watch it again because
Sure.
we steal yours. All right, Ron. Hey, I'm going to now play us out with the
When you're
music Ron has
done
created.
with the pod, turn it off and roughshod.
Ron, this is due out next Friday. You've got 8 days to come up with the music.
I know what it's going to be. Do you want to hear?
No, I want it... No, because it's going to play in seconds.
Yeah, but I can just tell you, it's going to be.
I need a wee so
It's
much.
going to be the normal
You don't
Lexx
understand.
education. It's going to be the normal Lexx education intro outro with me going la 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 over the top.
I can't wait. Enjoy.
Yeah.